Hello, my name is Matthias Cavodi. I'd like to welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Spider-Man. Actually, we're going to sort of have a Spider Week. I've been binging quite a bit through my Spider-Man collection, seeing what stays, what goes. And I came across this classic where Spider-Man has to deal with the 9/11 terrorist attacks. And boy, it was pretty surreal going back and rereading this because it's sort of a weird trip reading this particular comic book. On one hand, it feels odd seeing something like the 9/11 attacks pop up, something that happens in the real world, take place also within the comic book continuity. Uh, it sort of rides a very fine line in good taste or not, especially if Marvel's trying to cash in on something like this. I don't think that was the intention, especially due to the fact that always during all of Marvel's history, New York City has been very central part to a lot of characters. To a certain extent, New York City is that it's like a character himself. So it would have been weird that this wasn't mentioned in Spider-Man. You get this whole situation very similar to what happened to superheroes during the Second World War. Superheroes weren't able to stop something terrible taking from happening. Normal people trying to scramble, trying to rescue their loved ones. Heroes are there just sort of to give a hand, but it's like there's a lot of focus on the firemen, the volunteers, the soldiers, everyone there trying to get as many survivors out. There's this just one page that oh man, it really made me cringe. You have all the villains congregated, well, some of the main villains congregated at Ground Zero. We have Magneto, Dr. Octopus, Kingpin, Juggernaut, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is crying for. It just felt a little bit too overkill of that. Here you have an advertisement for the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen that back when it came out, I thought was really awesome. And then a couple of years, I saw it maybe like 1 or 2 years ago. And I thought to myself, oh boy, that movie didn't work. So the comic book does want to play on, give homage to the first responders, the people that put in all the effort. It doesn't lean too hard into American patriotism, and the war on terror is way, way down the line. So it's just really weird. And like referring to 9/11, I remember exactly where it was when it happened. I was actually in the university. The ironic thing was I was studying a course of international security. And I remember someone came into the course. I study, obviously, here in Argentina. And someone said, hey, a plane flew into the Twin Towers. And we thought it was just a bad joke. And then a little while later, another guy came in, said a second plane flew into it. We went down to the bar at the university. We saw it on TV. I remember my professor saying, basically everything I taught you in this course it's just it's not relevant anymore. This will produce a systemic change in international relations. So that's how I remember sadly what happened. And then later on I remember getting the full report, it's like big and thick. It's a fascinating read. So you have Captain America, who realized he totally failed his country, and you see him clenching his fist. He's going to take vengeance and take down the people responsible for this.